Hello guys, how you doing? This is take 3. We're going to talk about food shortages. Before we do, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Alright, I'm going to include a couple articles, 3 articles, and a link to a PDF below. But let's get right into the nuts and bolts of this. The problems we're seeing right now, they are due to piss poor management. Nothing more, nothing less. There's going to be articles out there blaming people who have the common sense that God gave a monkey to put things back, to grow their own food, and know that, depending on where you live, like I live in the north, I'm more likely to deal with a blizzard or a heavy winter storm that will keep us in for 2-3 days. Now, if you live in the southeast, like Florida to Texas, and across there, you're going to deal with a hurricane. You need to prepare. You need to be ready. So if you have to leave your home, you can. Another thing to be prepared for is the loss of a breadwinner, as Heather from Needy Homestead learned this year. Another thing we need to prepare for is food shortages. Remember last year with the cans, the ball cans? Yeah. Couldn't hardly get the jars at all. Or the tops. Now, stores like Walmart are selling Augason Farm packages. Like big box packages. Why do you think that is? They never sold them before. I mean, sure, sell these little mountain house things packing camping gear. But now, right into the, in our Walmart here, where we live, we go over to Frenchtown and they sell it in the condiment aisle. There's like a little box for like 3 days for one person. Excuse me. A big box for family. Now, y'all remember that History Channel did a Doomsday Prepper, which they said a financial collapse would never happen? Well, we're seeing it, right? Yeah. And how these food shortages fit in is just the companies like Augason Farms is not taking any orders until probably mid-January till early February before they can fill stuff. If they can't get it in, they can't produce it. Now, here's your channel, that Doomsday Preppers. They made these people look like they were completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now who looks crazy? The food shortage problem isn't just an American problem. This is all over the world. Last year, onions, in India they were more valuable than their currency. Because they didn't produce many of the onions. And if you're familiar with Indian cooking, you will know they use onions in everything. Now, the article I came across with RT showed that Russia is again seeing empty shelves. The last time they seen empty shelves was after the so-called fall of communism. That's another video. America is about 8 generations removed from the Great Depression in the 30s, when there was very little available, or when there was a lot available, there was very little money. So, what could you do? Well, you Learn to make things like bread. A lot of people, as we go toward the end of this year and into next year, I I actually expect a lot of people, because we are so many generations here in America removed from the shortages of the Great Depression, people here will go batshit crazy. I mean, straight up batshit crazy. These people are not going to know what to do if they can't get their gluten-free bread. They're not going to know what to do if they can't get their, what the hell is that? Sara Lee bread, sandwich bread, but they have to buy the store brand bread. Because Sara Lee bread is $10 a bag, and the store brand is maybe $1. Of course, when it gets $1, I'm going to start making my own. I mean, hey, come on. Why pay $1 for something tomorrow that I can get today for 99 cents? You know, doesn't make sense to me. I would say this to the people of Russia. Sit down with your parents and your grandparents and ask them what was the 1990s like when communism supposedly fell and there were empty shelves everywhere. Talk to them about it. Learn from them. We don't have the generation here in America that survived the Great Depression. We do have a channel on YouTube, Clara. She was a teenager during the Depression. You know, I think I'm going to include a link to her channel too, because I am putting this on both channels. And she actually has a lot of really good recipes that she grew up eating in her teens. So, I will see you guys next Sunday.